Welcome everybody to week 2 of the VCU LCS. I'll be your host for tonight. I am going to be alone, so if it gets weird, it's not my fault. I got to make stuff up. Well, we got a good one for you tonight. 2D Simp Squad and RAMily coming at you. We're getting to the bands in just a second. Both teams sitting at 2-1, sitting at nice top of the mid-tier standings, looking to differentiate themselves from the rest, become the best of the rest. So we got Galio Silas coming out from 2D Simp Squad, as well as Yon and Zed targeting the low cash in the mid lane or wherever he wants to be playing today. And Talia as well, getting the roaming champions out of the way. Galio Talia, whatever his name is, this dude. Big Talia player. And the Lilia as well. First picking Shen for the top lane. Very strong champion at the moment. Got a lot of damage early on. Can kind of trade fairly well with his shield and improved auto attacks. And also provides great team synergy across the map with his ultimate. A hard engaged bot lane coming in response from RAMily, Ashe, and Leona. That bot lane is very scary when they hit level 6. Like, you just don't get to move. Let's see a Kate Morgana response, I feel. Would be optimal. I'm not sure if their support actually plays the Morgana, but a Nautilus comes in as a response instead. Not bad. It helps to be tanky when you can't move. Maybe a shield as well. Get some aftershock extra bonuses in there as well. And the Hecarim coming in for who's their jungler? Jordan Clementine. We've seen Regidice have really good big success on the Hecarim in his games. Let's see if Jordan can reenact those performances. A very snowbally champion. Has a little trouble early game, but overall very strong. The Camille ban's interesting. I feel like you already have the top laner in Shen. Yes, people have been flexing him in the jungle, but I don't think he's a great jungler, in my humble opinion. I'm not a big fan of it, but Camille ban nonetheless. Oh, I think that's actually for more of Lokesh's champions. He's been playing it in the mid lane. So really, really like banning out our league head. And the Volibear as well. Yukio Simp having a great game on it the other day. In the jungle. They want to get it out of there. And Caston for reasons. Or set Caston. I'm not sure who actually plays the set. Obviously, it's for top lane. Jungle set kind of got nerfed fairly hard recently with the change up with his numbers, but they decided to go more tanky. Elvino Baby going for the thick boy in the Ornn. Pretty good matchup in the Shen. Neither of them are really looking to murder each other. A little bit sad, but it is what it is. Both looking to help each other in the team fight. I think Shen has the little bit of advantage, being able to split push a little bit better, while Ornn really wants to be with his team. And the Olaf for the jungle. I like this comp coming out of them. A lot of good engage with the Shen or the Nautilus. And maybe just Olaf running in with the Shen ult on top of him also would be super effective. Let's see what they decide to round it out. A good mid lane. Echo's pretty good at that. You have the safety of the Shen, so you can play these more aggressive champs that want to get in people's faces that are on the rest of the map. Be interesting to see. This is so much hard engage, like Ashe, Leona, Hecarim, Ornn. Like, all these alts are just like AoE CC machines. And the Victor. Good high damage. Can really follow up on all that CC, which I feel like is a good pick, but it's also good in the Echo, who wants to jump right into you. You place the gravity field down, he'll jump and get stunned, and then just eat your entire combo, which he does not want to do. Echo does have the extra safety of being able to jump out, when faced with Victor CC. But interesting. I don't feel like there's any huge drafting problems. Echo's a little bit the most suspicious, but I know Lokesh is a solid Echo player, and I've seen him do pretty well on it. But he's got to be a little bit careful before level 6. I would say I don't really know the exact matchup, how that goes. Like, I know Victor takes a little while to scale up before he's just one-shotting you with the E auto or Q auto. RAMily does need a little bit of time to scale up, where I feel like Olaf, Nautilus, Caitlyn is very, very strong early game and can maybe look to snowball a lead. But if it gets to level 6 and it's fairly even, I would say. RAMily's got all the tools at their disposal to make things happen. Simp Squad does have a good answer to most of the hard CC that RAMily is bringing out. Olaf with the ultimate, Echo with his ultimate as well, being able to jump way back and get out of dodge. Caitlyn's might be in a little bit of trouble, but he does have the Shen to protect them. Nautilus does pretty well. Big meaty front line.
Hey, never pick a fight you can't win.
But I'm gonna ask y'all, who do you think is gonna win? Give me some analysis, something to work with. Get this chat bumping. Even. Wait, which one's even? Or am I pronouncing that wrong? Probably am. I don't know everybody yet. I'm just here to cast. Ash. Okay. Bode Kinkajou. Yeah, he's got a nice. I think he's done pretty well. I think in the past few games. Evan. Okay, just spelled differently. Gotcha. Or you mistyped. We've got 3 minutes, or more than 3 minutes to chat. I like the team they got. I like all the hard CC. Like, Caitlyn is not gonna have a fun time, but they don't really have any other great targets to look at with the Hecarim ult, with the Ornn ult, with the Ashe ult and the Leona ult. But it doesn't matter how tanky you are if you're just CC'd for 15-20 seconds. I do think Blue Side and the 2D Simp Squad needs to get ahead early. Because if Olaf is unable to run in and murder the Ashe or the Victor, it's going to be a long day for him. A long, long day. This is an important matchup for seeding. Both the teams, these two teams tied at 4th place underneath the top echelon of teams so far. Looking to make that move up into 3rd place, tied with Washington League Ball team. I think 2D Simp Squad has already played Washington League Ball team, so they would be technically in 4th. They would technically still be in 4th, but putting that room between you and one of your team that you're in close contention with would be super important. And also to put distance between you and everyone else, the other struggling teams. So I'm looking for a good performance out of my boy Joshua, our president. He needs to have a good game here, or else I don't think this comp is going to work. On the other side, Victor in the mid lane is going to need to be huge, or else they're just not going to have the damage. I mean, Hecarim is going to have some good damage. Ashe takes a little while to scale up. I feel like she needs 3 items where she really starts getting the damage. I personally like the Essence Reaver into Runans into IE build. I know a lot of people would like the Blade of the Rune King. Personal preference, in my opinion. I feel like it's better to have more alts, but to each their own. It'd probably be pretty good with the Blade of the Rune King here, since you want to have that extra survivability, because Echo's going to be running into you, Olaf's going to be running into you. And being able to have a little bit more health with the lifesteal, and a little bit more movement speed with the Blade of the Rune King active, along with your slows, will be super helpful. Granted, your slows aren't going to be like useful against the Olaf, who's running at you with no CC allowed. But who knows? If any mods are in the chat, you could change the title for me. That'd be nice. No flash on the Hecarim. Looking for more of the aggressive Ignite build with Phase Rush. Been super strong. No Ignite in the bot lane from Eric. I'm a big proponent of Ignite, but granted they do not have a heal for the Ignite to be very useful. So actually I feel like the exhaust actually works here. I will not complain about it. Good job, teams. Granted they kind of lucked out and you can't see the what your enemies are taking for summoner spells. Everyone's in order. Nice, nice, nice. Pinging out that there is a cleanse here. So you know that the Caitlyn is not the best target. 5-stack, looking for the Nautilus engage. With all that CC, I'm not sure it would be foolish for them to engage, I think. Yes, you have a good level 1 with Nautilus and Shen. But I don't see... And Olaf as well. Actually, you could engage here, but walking to a 5-man would be very bad. RAMily definitely needs to play this early lane out fairly safely and controlled. You need to not let this Olaf run house on the entire team. It looks like they want a late invade, actually. Echo is here as well. Nautilus is should go first, waiting for the Echo to come. Leona's in the bush waiting for them. Is going to see them, but slow reactions. They don't actually walk in the bush. No, don't walk out of the bush, please, no. Okay, phew. If Nautilus had a quicker reaction, that could have been very bad. Actually drops the ward, though, so... Oh, and they're able to take away the blue. Well played. Hecarim, I wouldn't say relies on this blue buff, but it's super critical for his... cooldown reduction is very helpful. The extra mana as well. Makes his clear so much more manageable. So good start from the Olaf. And good idea coming out from 2D Simp squad. A few early autos onto Karuz on this Nautilus, making him less likely to want to go in. Leona needs to be in front of the Ashe, I think, at the moment, but Ashe is burning through a lot of mana very quickly. Her W is not cheap anymore. I changed that a while ago, but it is no longer cheap. It seems like Olaf gets gets Hecarim's entire blue side without really any compensation. I feel Hecarim's going straight to his red buff, but if Olaf goes straight to his blue side, Hecarim's going to have no no camps to get, but he is the first one to get there. As we see some trading in the top lane. Looks like both mid and top lane both are pushing towards.
Hey, do you still need a co-caster?
Sure. Are you in the game?
All right. I am loading in as you speak. Sorry, I didn't see the message until literally right now.
All right. Well, it's good to have you. I've been talking to myself for about like 15, 20 minutes.
Nice, good stuff. Who's even playing right now? Okay, I see.
It's RAMily versus 2D Simp squad. We got a gank coming out. Olaf has come down to the bot lane. Leona's going low. Heal comes out, but almost gets out with a flash. With a Kate flash follow into the auto, gets first blood over to Pooh. It's a big game. Both teams 2-1, trying to make that stretch to the top echelon of teams. As I said before.
Very true. What time are you at? Just make sure I'm at the right.
3:40.
All right, same. Cool.
So good gank coming out from this Olaf. Really having a strong early game so far. He does lose his own top side, but is able to vertical jungle well, get the exposed bot lane, and punish the Leona, who is a little bit too far forward.
Yeah, it's an easy lane to gank with Ashe and Leona because none of them have any kind of gap closers or dash or any way to get out of anything. So
they have Leona has a gap closer, but that's all.
Yeah,
it's going forward. It's not really going backwards.
Yeah, it doesn't reposition her in terms of like escaping. So if Olaf walks in there and you have a Nautilus hook, it's pretty easy to punish that lane. I'd expect to see him keep going back there. Like they're pushed up again, and I know they have vision, but it's really easy for Nautilus to just hit that hook and Olaf to walk in and
they have
get another
ward
kill.
In the river, but what do you call that vision? They don't know he's there again. Hey, camera, we can move down to the. Oh, I'm looking at the blue side. I'm sorry.
They see him now. He's clearing out the ward. Honestly, I would have rather just seen him walk straight on in. They were pushed up. I think he could have just gone in there, but by walking over to the bush, he gets spotted out and does clear the ward, makes it so he can come back again later, but they're going to back off for now.
Not the greatest of back timings either. Only 18 CS after the gank, not being able to pick up many of the ones they lost before.
Yeah, meanwhile, Caitlyn's sitting over here at 35.
And first blood, going to come back with a BF sword and some change.
Very true. I'll be interested to see if Lokesh can pilot this Echo a little bit better than I did, because I played this exact same matchup, Echo into Victor, when I played this against this team last week. So we'll have to see. Vice has a little bit of experience playing against this this champ here in the mid lane.
Yeah, I feel like the Victor was a counter pick to the Echo.
Really?
Yes, Victor was pick 5.
I don't think it's a good counter pick to the Echo. I picked Echo into Victor. I mean, it's pretty hard to play Victor into Echo, to be honest, especially if you have any kind of ganks set up. But you know, your W is your only form of crowd control as a Victor, and it's a delay. So if Echo's good, he can pretty easily dash onto you, do all his damage, and yeah, if you drop the W on top of yourself, he might get stunned. But especially in the early lane phase, Echo's damage and his burst is just way higher than Victor's, so you kind of lose a lot of trades.
Shen has reached level 6, so I feel like there's some more bot lane stuff they can get at. But Lokesh does have a little bit of farm lead, but he doesn't seem to be winning these trades very hard.
Yeah, we see a little bit of what I was just talking about in that exchange right there. He's able to dash in, get his 3-hit passive off, get the electrocute, and then still use the movement speed from his passive to run away before he gets stunned up by the gravity field. You know, Victor's just kind of really weak early, doesn't have much control over the laning phase until he's able to get his first hex core upgrade and upgrade his E.
And then he
the
can
laser.
Just clear the wave, like in your
Exactly.
face.
Yeah. Once you get that, you feel a lot better because you don't even have to really step up. You can just go ahead and knock the wave down from range, and then you don't have to really contest with the Echo for the farm. But until that, it's not easy.
He's been playing it pretty well, though. Echo's kind of just running into the stun. He's been placing on top of him, and then is able to trade back fairly effectively. He does run out of mana quicker, but now with the lost chapter, going to be able to sustain up. But Olaf is back in the bot lane, finds the gank, comes in,
good.
Double flash, but Q maybe come out. That's good stun, but it's not enough to keep his ADC alive. But
Olaf is probably going to go down here as well. No, he actually lives. Oh no, he does die. Okay. I'm looking at the Leona for some reason. Yeah, the Olaf does die too, so they trade back a kill in that gank, which is totally fine in my opinion. Getting a kill when you're, trading 1 for 1 when they're committing more resources to that side of the map is definitely worth it in my opinion. Almost always.
Yeah, I would say it would be worth it, but Hecarim did back and didn't really get anything out of it. But yeah, it is
True.
time spent, but not time spent like effectively. If Hecarim was able to like get something on the other side of the map, it would have been really good. But right now he's just content to farm up. I'm not sure if I like the jungle item into boots.
Yeah, you would think
Olaf is scary, but I feel like you want to get your own snowball rolling.
Exactly. Usually you don't even build a jungle item on Hecarim. You go straight into Triforce first. He's going to use his ult defensively.
Yeah, kind of trying to get some vision onto the dragon, but the entire Simp squad is here to say, this is our area. And with the ult down, looks like the dragon should go over.
Should be a pretty easy pickup here. I mean, Hecarim has no way to really get into the pit now to even contest for it, so they don't even have to really worry about a potential steal. Should be pretty simple. I'm looking at some builds across the map. Actually, yeah, Warren's going to go in here.
Oh, he cancels his auto. Needs another W. But he's not. Shen is able to get in the turret. Gets the flash out, though, of the Shen.
Yeah, Shen, weirdly, he flashed into the Ornn knockup, so he didn't dodge anything, but then Elvin, at the same time, also canceled like an auto or two there, and didn't put out, I think, his full DPS, so both of them kind of misplaying a little bit, and resulting in them still being about the same health, just hanging out in the lane. So, nothing really changes there. No ult from Ornn, and no flash from Shen.
I'd still say it's a win for Elvin. He does have the TP to come back in lane, and now Shen does not really have like any health to work with.
True.
But I think he's needs to save the TP for when Shen decides to ult the bot lane eventually, because that's looks like where the Simp squad really wants to exploit. They already have 2 kills down there. Both the flashes are down 2.5 minutes, or about halfway up. So they do have some time, but he looks like he wants that Herald.
I really don't like the Lost Chapter purchase on Victor at this point. I mean, I see what he's going for. I guess he just wants more mana and cooldown reduction here early in the lane. But if you had enough gold to buy that, then you have enough gold to buy your first upgrade. Trade from Lokesh there. Yeah, you kind of see how that trade works. It's just nothing Victor can really do when you want to dash forward. But he'll probably eventually build that into a Luden's Echo, and I just don't think that's super... I don't think that's really a good item against this team. You have 4 melee champs here, so you really want to get into your Lich Bane as quick as possible.
Hecarim does get the scuttle, but is forced to defensively ult away again. TP also coming in from the Victor. Ash Arrow's on the way. Hits Echo on the way up.
Shen stopped going over the wall. He was trying to get over, but he's actually stopped by the Ornn brittle.
This is insane.
Hecarim gonna go down here pretty quick. Olaf is still alive. He's taking a lot of damage from the Victor ult though. Lokesh does a good timing on his ultimate to stop out of the knockup. Still a 3v2 here. They might be able to get something else. Elvin's ult finally comes back up, and in time with the gravity field is gonna lead to Shen getting burst down there. Meanwhile, Yukino Simp and Lokesh just kind of back off and leave Shen for dead.
Yeah, you can't really go walking straight into the Ornn Victor combo. Ooh, Leona goes in bot lane. They're hitting only the Nautilus.
They're both levels down though.
And their items down too as well.
Yeah, not exactly the situation where I'd be engaging. There's a huge CS difference in that bot lane. Caitlyn is up 45 CS, nearly 50. So really big CS gap coming in there. It's going to lead to a pretty big gold lead for that Caitlyn. Yeah, oh, wait, she's up almost 2k. No, almost 1,500.
Pretty much a BF sword.
Basically.
They didn't have to use their ults either. Nautilus and Caitlyn both have their ults up, where Ashe and Leona just used it. Ashe used it in the fight in the 3v3 in the top lane. Lokesh does get stunned here, but is able to dodge out of the...
Just dodge out. Yeah. Not much he can really do. And there's not damage... I mean, Victor just doesn't really have that much damage at this point anyway. He could... If he gets his full combo, he could do a decent amount of burst, but without the Aftershock on his E, it's not gonna do too much. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Lost Chapter or into probably the Ludens here. I think you really want to rush for your Hex Core upgrade as fast as possible, because it gives you the extra slow when you complete your third upgrade, which is basically like a free Rylai's, which is actually really good when compared with his ult.
Oh,
We're actually going to see a dive here in the bot lane.
They go on the Leona first, though. They're kind of splitting damage, but I think they have enough damage to kill both. Ornn TP's down here to try to return one, but... Oh, does actually get one. But there's actually 4 members down here waiting for him.
No sense rediving that Ornn. You're never going to kill him under the turret. At least not with the champions that you have present right now. It's a good TP from Elvin. Does secure a kill back. Cruz just tanked 1 too many turret shots, but still a 2-for-1 overall, and you forced out a teleport from the top laner. So pretty good from the side of 2D Simp squad.
Yeah, I'm punishing the bot lane again. Been at it all game. Hecarim has not been able to find anything anywhere else, just clearing his jungle. He opts for his completed jungle item before going into anything like the Triforce or anything useful. Like, yeah, like Olaf is 3-1. You want to like survive him, but you're not going for him. You need to be able to clear faster and take these dragons faster, which they might actually be able to get. Olaf is here coming around the corner, but I feel like it's gonna be way gone before.
Yeah, he's not gonna be there in time. Yeah, I agree. The Hecarim does nothing right now. I mean, that his Cinderhawk is great to keep you alive, but he actually does no damage. There's no threat behind that Hecarim. No reason to even worry about being alive because you can't really do anything in the fight in the first place.
You see a 2,000 gold lead, which is mostly from the bot lane, but also jungle's ahead a little bit.
Mid's ahead just a tiny bit.
I would say that's negligible though.
Yeah, pretty much. The only lane where they're actually behind a significant amount is top.
And Ornn is not the greatest of carry champions. I tried.
Yeah, as strong as Ornn can be, and I have seen some pretty hard Ornn carries. When it comes down to it, I mean, you just can't. Even as a tank, you can't really just 1v5 a team fight if you don't have damage coming behind you. You know, it's going to be impossible to kill all 5 members. So, really helpful to have at least one carry doing well when you're fed on a tank.
Yeah, Victor's keeping in there, only down a little bit of CS, but that's not too big of an issue. He's got he's got a kill to his name. Oh, but it's forced to flash here. The Echo starting to hurt.
Yeah, once again, like I said, you're seeing the presence that Echo has in this lane against Victor. It's just everything is too delayed from Victor when you're playing against an assassin like Echo, because by the time your gravity field comes out and he gets stunned, Echo's already done his full combo, which is just a ton of damage at this point, and he probably still has the movement speed just to walk out afterwards. So it's really hard to return any kind of trade back onto him after he pops you with that electrocute passive proc.
And that allowed them to be able to instantly drop the Rift Herald and get that first turret. We do have someone leaving the game.
Oh, Kinkachu decided to AFK twice. Unfortunate for him. Hopefully he returns quickly.
Yeah, that trade allows getting the victory out of lane was key to getting that second charge off. Yeah, you're always gonna, if you drop the Herald there with 4 people, you're obviously gonna get the first turret. But getting that second charge, or being safe enough to get that second charge, is actually very critical. Now, if you can get that second turret down too, their whole jungle becomes pretty much yours.
Oh, big time! Yeah, you can move anywhere, and you don't have to really ever worry about getting cut off by the turrets. It makes invades a lot easier. It makes setups for future plays much easier around the map. No objective's going to come up, though, for still another 3 minutes at least for the dragon. So could be a while before we have any kind of real reason to fight.
We don't need a real reason to fight, though.
Just scrap anyway. Entertain us. Ashe has, I mean, she's still down 40 CS, but she's at least stopped the
oh no,
the
she's
spread.
not on enough gold to get a BF sword yet.
No,
she's gonna get dove here. Like, Hecarim needs to be here this time. Like, needs to be here. His bot
he has no camps up though. His Gromp is gonna come up, but he has nothing else up, so he might just decide to leave. I guess nothing's up top side either, so might as well just hang out here bot lane and do nothing. He's just running back and forth around near the blue buff. Finally, his Grom spawns and he's able to start farming that. But the dive is coming in.
You need to go, Ash. Let's do
But
it.
the rest of the team is here. Victor's walking over too. It's gonna be really hard to make any kind of dive here. They might actually be cut off inside the jungle.
Leave that turret. Leave that turret, please. Thank you.
I don't think you can do this play here. Hecarim over the wall instantly comes in, stun up onto Leona. She's gonna get burst out really hard. Does go down right away. The Shen ult saves Olaf from dying too quick. Cruz is stunned up in the gravity field, but is able to get himself out. Ends up being a 1-for-0 overall. Meanwhile, Ornn is pushing up on the top side, trying to knock down that turret.
Yeah, he didn't have the TP up yet, but we'll get a turret for his troubles. And they only get the turret and the 1 kill, so not an awful trade.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't go worse for blue side. I really thought, honestly, I think Ashe and Leona actually should have stayed under that turret, because by running away, they put themselves in the middle of the lane. And yes, while the rest of their team was able to collapse, they didn't have the actual additional threat that that the turret would bring on a dive. But the rest of it was literally 4 of the 5 members were in that bot side jungle, and they could have really quickly responded. If they were on the ball, they could have gotten there in time to maybe turn that play around and actually get some kills back over onto blue side.
The timing was a bit off. I feel like the Hecarim, or especially the Victor, was not close enough for them to sit under that turret.
True.
I feel like they both have been instantly murdered, and then Hecarim may have been able to clean up, but
yeah, ideally you'd like to see Ashe ult and Leona ult come out to spare them for a little bit longer to delay the actual kills coming through. Just hopefully get enough crowd control onto the group of members that are trying to dive you. But especially with an Olaf that has no you can't crowd control when he's in his ultimate, it might be pretty hard. Yeah, they might have just died before their team showed up.
I'm not a huge fan of the build. I feel like Knight's Vow would be better here instead of the Zeke's. But Nautilus finds the Hecarim, but the here.
He's caught out. Leona ult comes down to stun him up though. TP's coming in from Unearthly Narwhal. Kinda wasted as of now. Flash away from Leona, and yeah, it's just 0-0. Nothing happens. Traded TP for a flash, basically, and that's about it.
Simp Squad does get position on this dragon, so this should be theirs. They're starting to stack up. It is a bit of ways, but always nice to have.
Yeah, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, it is a Cloud Soul, so not too. It will be good on Olaf, and it will be good on Hecarim. But I still feel like even on champs that it's great on, it's not that insane. I mean, yes, giving Olaf more movement speed when he's in his ult is really hard to deal with, but at the same time, I still think that's less of an impact than, extreme regen in a fight, or just an extra Luden's Echo proc on basically every auto attack.
True. I also think it'd be really good on Shen, the actual dragons.
The ult cooldown on Shen will be really good, and Echo too. His ult's already a really low cooldown, but it's it gets down at level 16 to if you have some CDR to 25, 28 seconds. But with some extra ult CD from Cloud Drake, I mean, he might legitimately be able to get 2 cast off. You don't even need a long, crazy extended fight. I mean, he might be able to get that cooldown low enough to just get 2 cast off in a fight. Actually, if he stacks up 2 more of these Cloud Drakes. And imagine how annoying that would be.
Echo's already so annoying.
That's true. We see a big CS lead now coming out mid lane as well. Lokesh has done a good job of keeping up with the CS in the side lane. Meanwhile, Victor's kind of had to roam around and group up with his team. So he hasn't been able to get
safe.
Yeah, so he hasn't been able to get CS as effectively as Lokesh has.
Let's see how the gold chart looks. Yeah, almost 1,000 gold lead in the mid lane now. Top lane as well, but in the opposite direction.
Lokesh got to do a thing. Or something. Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll take note. Victor has finally finished his hex score at 20 minutes, so he now will get the extra slow. He'll have all of his abilities upgraded. So that's nice. That's a pretty big power spike for him. It still does take 2 or 3 items before Victor really comes online, but once his hex score is complete, he can at least be a champion.
Yeah, you can wave clear very effectively and kind of not stay away from the Echo. I can keep Echo better at arm's reach.
Yeah, and then it just the slow is really underrated that you get I mean, it's literally just a free revitalize, and it helps you at least, even if you don't have all the items and the AP to like be a crazy like damage carry threat. It does, until you build up those items, it does give you kind of a supportive role in team fights, because just dropping your ultimate actually hinders people a lot, because it will slow down everyone that it's on top of. So a slow and some damage, just combos together to make the enemy team's life a little bit more annoying.
We had a discussion about brittle procs with Ornn and Shen W. It does not remove the brittle proc, but you cannot proc the actual damage with the auto when Shen has W. I'm pretty sure it stays on.
We've seen that interaction so far, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it stays. You can't proc the brittle proc, but it doesn't go away, or doesn't go away any faster than it would from its normal cooldown. It doesn't use it up. So now red side are not ready for some reason.
Got to get the water, dude. You got to take your opportunities where you have.
True. So you might have talked about it already in the draft phase of this game, but we've seen a lot of Hecarim in this tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the I don't know, like the 5th or 6th Hecarim we've seen.
Who
I feel
else
like
has
it's
played
it's
it?
an,
Because I know Reggie Ice played it like 4 games in a row.
Regidice has played it every game. I'm pretty sure. Youngest Lay has.
I banned it.
You banned it. Okay, so not every game, but most games. But Youngest Lay played it in the one game he was in the jungle. No, he played Kha'Zix. Never mind. Not Hecarim. I'm pretty sure. But somebody else has played Hecarim. It's been a lot. We played against a Hecarim this morning from Regidice. It's been really common, and I think it's a really strong pick. It's won almost every game, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but the building I feel like just has delayed his power spike very, very significantly. Like,
oh yeah, definitely. No, I really think he built wrong.
The blue smite item, which is a bit uncharacteristic and a little bit inefficient, but he also finished the item, which I'm not super happy about.
Yeah, he'd have his Triforce already if he didn't. And I think he's just so much more of a threat with that. As soon as you build your Trinity Force, yeah, you might die a little bit faster, but if you play it well during your CC chain of your E, your ult in with the fear, and then using your E to push them back towards your team, you can kind of just burst out people really hard with the Triforce.
It's a very effective way to separate the team fight, but Olaf is here. They're at the same level. You got to be careful though. Shen is closer to this fight.
I think Olaf still wins that 1v1.
I would agree, but he decides against it. Ash has got to be careful here. Echo can...
Plus, he's also 2k up.
Yeah, he's got a completed Black Cleaver. He's got his jungle item as well, and some extra armor to deal with Hecarim damage.
Yeah, the Ornn is scary. I mean, I think blue side, what they really need to do is just continue to set up around these objectives. If you're making them check into you, it's pretty tough. As long as you don't group up and misplay pretty bad, nobody's really strong enough on RAMily right now to actually like put out DPS in a team fight.
Ooh, ult comes out though. Does it hit?
It did hit. He is stunned up. Good CC chain. Echo ult comes out. Shen ult comes out to save him as well. The slows might be enough, but Ornn ult coming out now.
There's a lot of resources being used here.
They're probably just going to get away. That turret still stands.
The rest of Simp Squad on the way, but a lot used for not a whole lot gained. They do get some prior into this dragon pit. Yes, the dragon is a minute out, but getting the vision control would be so crucial.
Yeah, it was a decent attempt. Once Lokesh used his flash and the Shen ult came in, I don't think you need to use the Ornn ult. Crucially for... Yeah, actually, Caitlyn's going to get away, and they're all going to take a bunch of tower damage. Crucially for Caitlyn, the Hecarim ult didn't actually hit her, so she wasn't feared, which kept her from basically running right back out of the turret. Instead, he only hit her with the knockback, and so she stayed under turret and was able to flash and cleanse away.
This gives opportunity for Simp Squad to come back in, reestablish vision control. Ooh, they may have found the Ornn, but he's not the easiest player to pick.
No, definitely not.
They did burn a lot of sums there. Both teams did. Ash still has her flash and heal.
A lot of sums and ultimates. Now, most of the ultimates are back up.
Right now.
Olaf is
the
almost
Olaf.
burst out. Gravity field is huge. It's actually stunning up this team fight really hard. Hecarim has already died though. Ash putting in a lot of auto attacks, but he just doesn't really do that much damage. So far, it's just Hecarim for nobody. And they're going to be able to retreat back here towards the dragon and probably pick that up and stack up one more of those Cloud Drakes.
They still got some tools though, I think. Ornn ult is coming up in a few seconds. They're looking for the engage. Ornn is still in the front line, but the dragon goes
They're
over
turning
first.
around.
Echo on the back line immediately kills the Ashe. Now Ornn's turn to get shot by the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's free hitting. It's
Victor's still alive, but he doesn't do anything. He's gonna run away here, but Lokesh, Karuz, and an Earthly Narwhal are behind him, and he's just gonna die for sure.
Well,
Lokesh shouldn't go in because he's gonna be pretty kind of low. I know he wants to pick up this kill. A little risky there, honestly, but he does get it in the end. Good play. They're gonna end up getting this dragon here, or they already did get the dragon here. So now they can back, and I transfer over to Baron and kind of set up around there. They haven't hit their power spikes yet. Victor is still on just his hex score, hasn't completed another item. Ash is only on one item.
I'm not finishing the Blade of the Ruined King with the...
No, I think that's pretty bad.
It's either the Blade of the Ruined King or the Essence Reaver. Both is a bit greedy.
Yeah, and there's not a lot. I mean, I guess the Bork will be really good into Shen, but besides that, there's not a ton of like stacking health here.
Olaf has a little bit, but it's not enough to make it like...
Yeah, when he turns his ultimate on, he gets squishier anyway, so just some crit would be enough to burn through there. The Nautilus is true, but when he turns on his stone plate, you already just don't really want to hit him because it's kind of a waste. So, you know, and when he's out of his stone plate, he's probably going to be squishy enough to where you don't really need the Bork, and it just really delays any kind of crit. But, yeah, he hasn't finished his second item. Victor's still sitting on one, and Hecarim still hasn't finished the Triforce. So, they're at a really, really weak point in their comp, while 2 items are completed on everyone important here on blue side already. So they could just set up around Baron, make the red side check into you, make them take a fight, because unless they play it perfectly and blue side simultaneously plays it pretty bad, they just don't have the damage right now to actually cut through any of these kind of beefy members.
So pretty much sums it up. You got it.
Hecarim does finish his Triforce now.
So he is a champion now, but Caitlyn's almost at 3 items. Echo is working on his 3rd item. Olaf has 2 items. Shen, you're not ever going to kill. Nautilus, you're never going to kill. It's a little bit too late to start his snowball, because I feel like Hecarim has a great like snowball ability to take over a game, but you need to get it rolling before people... He's just not tanky enough to actually run in and do anything at the moment.
Yeah, Kate's at 3 items now, though. Does complete the Phantom Dancer to go along with her Rapid Fire and IE. Would have liked to maybe see a Storm Razor.
This is the Echo.
Yeah, Echo's slippery enough to just dodge away from that arrow. They do hook the Leona, but it instantly get stopped with the gravity field. Down goes Ashe. Oh, just clapped instantly. Leona is pretty tanky.
Gets 3 autos off to break the Nautilus shield and then instantly dies.
Yeah, Echo's just pretty fed. He's 305 right now. Both the carries here, Echo.
Right here.
I don't know if the Narwhal's trying to 1v1 J-Clem. Can't do it.
Nautilus.
Huge stun from Echo. Fights all over the map. The directed camera just doesn't know where to take us. Ornn is probably going to go down here. Lokesh coming back in to finish that off. Meanwhile, J-Clem does kill Unearthly Narwhal on the bot side of the map, but he is not around to stop this Baron. All the other members are dead, so should be a pretty easy pickup from 2D Sim Squad.
Yeah, nice team fight coming out. Using the re-engage after the Ashe uses the ult, blowing up the Ashe instantly, and then there's not really a whole lot of damage. I thought it didn't look like Echo had used his ult already, but apparently he had it up still, so punishing the overextend.
Yeah, Echo's level 16 now. It does have 30% CDR, so I imagine, and with these 2 Cloud Drakes, I imagine his ult cooldown is very, very, very short.
24 seconds.
Yeah, so if you let him get this, if he gets 10% more CDR, and you let him finish this next Cloud Drake here and get the Cloud Soul, and then in 50 seconds from now, I mean, that ultimate's going to be looking at, you know, maybe sub 20 seconds, and that just feels bad. I mean, if he's able to ult away and then re-engage a little bit later, he legitimately, outside of his Zanyas, could get 2 ultimates off in like an extended team fight. Like, not even like a long, like 2-minute long extended team fight. I mean, this is going to be really hard to pick him up through the Zhonya's active and with 1 or 2 ults.
I want to see the Magi's.
Yeah, I'd like to see it as well. I don't think he's going to die at this point any longer in the game. I mean, I think it'd have to be a pretty big misplay for him to go down.
Flashes in. Trying to go for Victor. If he's going to get it, Shen ult comes down as well.
Dead for sure.
And just kind of pieces on out. Job done.
Yeah, Victor can't be pushed up that far in the side lane without a turret. He's just too weak.
He doesn't have his Ludens yet.
Does burn Echo's flash, but he flashes it well. So, and that's going to be the Cloud Soul.
I feel like the Cloud Soul is also be very helpful for the Echo. Positioning for the Qs, and just being able to chase someone down. He doesn't really have any problems already, but just it makes it that much easier.
Not going to make it any harder. Let me put it that way.
Let's see his I'm gonna see what his ult cooldown is right now. Yeah, I clicked the minion. Down to 21 seconds.
Yeah, so if he got another 10% CDR, it'd actually be like 19, which is just insane. I mean, there are some basic abilities with like similar cooldowns. Yeah.
Leonel comes out, swing and a miss, but unlucky.
Should be pretty easy to close this out. They don't have the best siege tools. Caitlyn is actually really good at sieging, but nobody else is really good up in there. She is the only ranged member on the side of 2D Sim Squad. Ash Arrow comes in, does crucially hit the Caitlyn. She uses the cleanse to get out. Hecarim is into the team fight, but it's instantly going to get burst out. The gravity field is stunning up Karuz. Sen is on the backside. People are going down left and right. Lokesh is so strong, he ends up bursting out that Ashe instantly. Victor goes down afterwards. And that's the fight, and that should be the game.
Yeah, they got
ends up being
now.
A clean ace.
Not much you can do. It's just too far behind. Gold lead is insurmountable at this point. Like everyone's got like an item or two. Like
yeah,
advantage.
13k.
It's like fairly clean win. Had a plan, attack the bot lane, and it worked out, getting both bot lane and jungle super far ahead, leading to Echo being able to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, 21-4. In terms of the kill score, and you just look at the carries, 708, 508 from the mid and ADC. So perfect deathless games from both the carry positions. I mean, they just really had a good run there. Looks like Pooh and Josh would both like an interview. So
sure.
I guess they can jump on in here. I don't have the power to pull them. But if they're listening, they're welcome to join this cast box, and we will give them an interview.
Right,
there he is.
Are we waiting for your partner in crime, or do you just want to? There he is. There we go. Now. Let's
well,
let's not blow into the
welcome.
microphone.
Oh, welcome, guys. So congratulations on your win here. How do you guys feel after taking down that team with perfect games from both your mid and ADC position?
True, our jungler kind of hinted, but... Oh!
You done? Alright, thank you. And Pooh, back to your answer.
Our jungler inted, but we carried, so it was alright, I guess.
Yeah,
Good to
dying
hear.
a whole one time.
Our top laner had half our deaths, so that might need to be discussed.
Hello?
Are you good? Or Josh, are you
Yeah,
okay?
I think so.
You can communicate with us?
Yes.
Didn't look like you could communicate with your team. Just kidding.
Yeah.
How you liking jungle?
Fucking kill me. I think I've been doing pretty good on it, honestly.
Yeah, you've been doing pretty well. I like the champion pool too. Fairly easy champion.
It's like Kevin too, honestly. Like I'm playing Olaf, Set, Lilia. I just want Kevin back. Where's Kevin?
It's good to see. How do you feel you stack up against the other junglers in the tournament, seeing as there are a bunch of, I think jungle is actually probably our like highest ranked role. How do you think you stack up compared to some of the other junglers that might not actually be off-rolled? Or in some cases, in this case of Spencer, actually are off-rolled?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I think I might not be like better at jungling than them, but I'm pretty sure I can stonewall them enough in jungle to where my lanes will win out anyways. So I'm not really worried about like Regidice and Youngest Lay. And if they beat me, then good for them. They beat a D4 off-road jungler. Like,
good to hear. Shane, you guys hard bot gap them using the Caitlyn against the Ashe, and then just picking both engaged supports with Nautilus and Leona. How did you guys manage to get such a big bot lead?
Josh ganked once. We killed him. Their wave got fucked up, and then I just got up 50 CS, and it was over.
And that was it. Pretty simple there. I see Lokesh is here. Is he
I think he
interviewing
gets
or
a
is he
thing.
just hanging out?
I'm here. I can answer a question, but I'm just kind of hanging out with the boys.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. You took the Echo into the Victor matchup. I think Victor actually picked after you, is what Dane told me. So he actually tried to counterpick you with Victor. Do you think that that's a counterpick? Because it did
No.
not look like it in that game.
It's not a It's not a counter pick until I'd say like
40
fucking
minutes.
challenger elo, bro. Like, like he doesn't like. All I'm gonna say is he doesn't know how to play the matchup, so it was just kind of free. It was like a free lane for me. I was like up like I think I was like up like 30 CS at some point in lane.
Also,
and, yeah.
shout out to the boy Jacob Unearthly Narwhal. He's been playing actually so killer this entire season.
I love
We
my boy
threw him in
Jacob.
top as like kind of a punishment for our first game, and he's actually just been popping off every single game. No, this was his hardest test, and he was only 20 CS down.
I love my
I'm
boy
excited
Jacob.
for our team.
I love
He's
my
a
boy
whole
Jacob.
2 gold down.
So Elvin
A
is the
whole
hardest
single.
test. Is he the
So far,
is he the best top laner in this tournament? Is that what you're
That,
trying to
that
say?
he's,
depends
that
on- it
he's
just
played.
depends on where you
That he's
play.
played
Ah,
so far.
gotcha. Let us say.
He's used to scrimming JK Lyoko, so.
Joko Lyoko. The
Yeah,
best
bro.
top laner at VCU. Honestly, this is probably an easy test if you're playing against him.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your win. An absolute smackdown, up by 13k gold at the end here.
Yes, sir.
Well, good luck in your future games moving towards the playoffs as we're about halfway through the season now. And
Unless you're playing me.
yeah, unless you're
halfway
playing
through the season podcast, come and win.
right now, we've got all 3 of us right here. We're queuing it up right this second. Let's head right into it.
Yes,
We don't
sir.
have it.
No.
Sorry, we'll wait. We'll wait.
We gotta practice our WAP performance.
Yeah, that's a bait. Yeah, we got the 2 WAP duets here.
Yeah, we need to
Eventually.
get a
I'm not
WAP
gonna do it now because I'm at home with my parents. But
No, I don't think we can do it on the esports stream either. So
Yeah, we can't.
That's
Twitch.tv/LakeWatch123. Tune into
Yes,
that.
sir.
For
We'll
the
link
duet
it
at some
somewhere. We'll
point.
link it somewhere.
All right,
it
boys.
somewhere at
It's been a
some
good
point.
game. Thank you for the interview. Everyone here, have a great night.
Hey, you too.
Peace.
Thank you, guys.